Good morning. This is Zoom Zoom Adventure, and thanks for following me today. This is episode 2. So, earlier in the clip, I showed you guys that we crossed the busy 183 section. There are some sections on the Appalachian Trail that are so busy and compressed in there that it is so weird that coming across, you gotta run like a rabbit. Unfortunately, the Appalachian Trail does run from like 78 to 81, that type of thing, and it blows my mind with how the Appalachian Trail is and how busy it is. But I wanted to give you guys show you a little bit around here. We're on this area around here, actually, this section over here. So I belong to the Pennsylvania group, and the Blue Mountain Eagle Climbing Club. I belong to trail maintenance people. As I'm going by, you can probably hear the noise of 183 here. It's a busy section and really busy. But anyways, why did Adventure bring you guys over here to show you guys this? So I think this is pretty neat. Some thru hiker friends try if you're over there, and some other friends that are watching this. Sometimes when you go on the AT, there's certain sections that maybe you don't understand, or you just like, hey man, I'm on a time crunch. I got a thru hike. I got to get from this shelter to that shelter. Well, I wanted to show you guys a little bit, like right here, what this is down here actually. And I don't know if you can read it or not, but that's mainly like this is the site where our founder, he basically in 1933, it was to honor him and to honor his service for the Appalachian Trail from the Lehigh to Susquehanna part. That over here is basically where he had his cabin at, and I'll walk a little bit here. But basically, he was the one that how can I say this? Like, he founded the Blue Mountain Eagle Climbing Club. So some of you guys are probably going to yourself, well, you know, so what? But it's kind of interesting to understand how a lot of these trail clubs actually formed and how when they formed. This is back in 1916. So this is like the early times of early conservationists, basically. For example, Hawk Mountain, how that formed years ago, how people used to, back in the early 1900s, have to shoot hawks and kill them. So somebody stepped up to be a conservationist and basically said, you know, I want to make this a preservation type of thing. So we'll get back on the AT here and show you around. So I was on this section of trail not too long ago. Majority of trail maintenance people can come out here maybe once a month. I think what was really interesting about this in general, you're going to yourself, well, what is that? That's what that marker is. This is a section of 183 that is very rocky, and at times it seems like the grass is overgrown. But in reality, it seems like a pretty easy stretch to keep on going up until you look around and you see the beautiful view where the sun is breaking through the branches of the trees, and very peaceful at mind. It's hard sometimes when you're this section of 183 is so beautiful. At times, it can be very rocky and overgrown, but I can see God's grace all around me at times. All I have to do is turn around, and I can see the beautiful sun beating down off the trees and be reminded that I'm not alone out here in the woods, and especially on the Appalachian Trail. This part of the Appalachian Trail, my brother was behind me, and my dog Faith Lynn wanted to come along She loves to do the adventures with her mom. I think it's great to get different shots from different kinds of people out here on the trail. So, you're wondering to yourself when you come from one place to another place here, right? So, let me tell you guys a little bit about this section right here that maybe you don't really know about. But this was the original Appalachian Trail back in, before it was actually ever moved. In the early 30s, this was the original Appalachian Trail. They moved it, I think, mainly after Grandma Gateway actually, and it's been more challenging. So it's part of 183 in Pennsylvania section, and what's really interesting on the AT, if you haven't really caught on, right? You go from one section to the other section. Knowing what's on this trail here is that you go on this road for a little bit and keep on going basically, and there's towers on here, but there's also, this road passes about you bypass this road actually come across this road 4 different times, which was really interesting. So you're still on Game Commission land, but this is like state property right down here, all the way up here. This is how a lot of trail maintenance people actually have access to the Appalachian Trail, and also your Game Commission when they want to go looking for lost hikers actually. So it's pretty interesting. So you're running around right around the Blue Mountain right here. Welcome to Pennsylvania with all the rockiness. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's definitely rocky. Roxville, Pennsylvania. Just love this area section of PA, I tell you that. Walking over Roxville. Pretty interesting. Red. There's such many beautiful things around here. You don't get to chill on the trail when you're on the trail too much. A lot of rocks, man. Rockyville. So it's really interesting with this Appalachian Trail thing, how people want to do this every year. It's amazing. I currently have a friend right now that's doing a fruit hike, and she's in New York. Sponge. She's traveling with a group of people, so she said she's enjoying it. She took some couple Zerls, but you know, it's not easy being a fruit hiker sometimes. Made me think when I saw Try when she was on here trying to do this and trying to, it's not easy. It's more, I would say, of anything, anybody think about doing a fruit hike. I personally have never done a fruit hike. I've done sections of the AT. It's a mental game, definitely mental, actually. It can be physical too, depending on what your thing is, but majority of hikers that I've talked to and known, it's mainly a mental game, actually. So it's interesting, very interesting, you know, how we seem to try to understand what's going on and what we're doing, type of thing. This trail is very muddy, very muddy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. You know, it doesn't matter to me if you like it or not, but it will to YouTube. I want to try to hit this market pretty soon. Thank you. I want to give a shout out to Try and my friend Sponge. Thank you for inspiring me.